But it was boiling hot, we had no ventilation. On the first night, I can remember like sitting across from Scott Binney, who plays my boyfriend in the show. And he was, we're like, oh, we've been here for like 28 hours and we're both drenched in sweat. And it's like, it looks like we have.
Yeah, the 4D experience of coming
really,
away.
yeah. I was like, I feel sorry for the people in the front row.
Hi everyone, my name is Mark Wilson. I'm here with Scotsman.com and I'm here with
Aaron DeVere.
And Aaron is in Captivate Theatre's production of Come From Away. Tell us about that, Aaron.
Yeah, so I play Kevin J and Ali. We are all multi-rolling in this show, and I played the same roles last year, and this year we got asked to come back in a bigger venue because we sold out last year, with almost all of the same cast. So yeah, that's us in our tech run now, pretty close to getting going.
Obviously, you were saying that you play two very different roles, Kevin and Ali. Just tell us about both of those.
Yes,
how are they different?
So they're both, well, Ali is based on composite experiences of Egyptian and Muslim passengers who were on the planes that went to Gander and other towns, planes that were diverted during the events of 9/11. Whereas Kevin J is based on, I think, just one real person. There were two Kevins who were at that point in a relationship. So he's a Westerner. He's gay and he really wants to go home. So I think that's something that ties both of my characters together. Is that they both experience being an outsider in that space, whereas a lot of the other tracks, a lot of the other characters, they kind of find ways to come together with the strangers that they meet. But both of my characters are either othered by those characters or find themselves just not being able to take part because they're just so keen to get home, which is the case of Kevin. Yeah.
And as you were sort of saying there, the character Kevin is based on a real person, or like it's just sort of like the image of a real person.
Yeah.
How does that impact the way you approach a role, knowing that it is based on a real person?
I watched videos of this guy who does exist and read about his own experience and stuff, and then you realize that the real guy, obviously his story has given us the basis for this character, but like in persona, the way he's written, he's actually quite different, you know?
Yeah.
So that I think took a bit of pressure off the idea that like I had to sort of recreate some real person, in that, yeah, he the character is his own person as well as it being based off somebody's experiences. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was honoring like what the writers of the show wanted for this character, but then also was aware of like the source material being a real person and seeing what you can take from that as well.
Oh, nice. And obviously you sort of mentioned a little bit earlier that you performed the show last year, but you actually performed it out in the Bijou, which is one of the Spiegel tents that I'm sure anyone walking along George Street has sort of seen. And now you're taking the show upstairs at the ballroom in the assembly rooms. How different is it sort of moving the show from one venue to another?
Yeah.
Even though it really is only feet away, it must feel like the world's difference.
We can see where literally we were. It's really exciting because that venue was brilliant for our show. We could be very intimate. We could be in the round with everyone, and for those scenes of like celebration and a lot where there were a lot of movement, we could surround the audience and make them part of the show. But it was boiling hot, we had no ventilation. On the first night, I can remember like sitting across from Scott Binney, who plays my boyfriend in the show, and he was, we're like, oh, we've been here for like 28 hours and we're both drenched in sweat, and it's like, it looks like we have.
Yeah, the 4D experience of coming
really,
away.
yeah. I was like, I feel sorry for the people in the front row. But this year it's like we've got like a nice wee stage, and it's proscenium. Everyone's just like on these raped seating, looking down towards us. So we've had to restage a lot of things where we were surrounding the audience or coming through them. And we were, I think, we were like, we want to make sure that we maintain the intimacy of that. So quite a lot of it's still staged quite downstage and close to the audience. And we still have a lot of movement going round. Somebody will exit off left and then come right round and very quickly be appearing as a different character on from right, stage right. So yeah, I think we've kept the ethos of the show and the energy of the show, but adapted it to what is a bigger and a completely like new space. Yeah.
And how have you found the experience of, obviously I was saying earlier, you performed the show last year, you know, throughout the Fringe. You've now taken sort of a year off and now you've come back to it. Have you found like there's any, or is it just all in your body? Is the muscle memory kicked in, or did it take a lot of like to get back into it?
I think we, as a whole, were surprised by how much the show was still there. But as an individual, I was like, God, like I thought I knew those lines. You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't. But you get back into it, and we had some new cast members this year as well.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that the fresh energy kind of helped in terms of we weren't just trying to recreate something that's already happened. Like, you know, you have the kind of idea of every time you're on stage, it's a new show anyways.
Yeah.
And if you've got new people, that kind of helps remind you that, we're presenting it in a new space. It is like, it is a new year. You know, we are new people as well. Like the show will grow. And having the new folk in the cast who are all brilliant, it's been really, I think a good way to like embrace that.
Oh, nice. And you are one of the hundreds, if not thousands, of performers who you don't perform full time, and the Fringe is obviously an opportunity for you to sort of like, essentially, you know, a bit like a superhero, put away your civilian identity and become become a superstar for the Fringe. What does the Fringe personally mean for you?
Yeah.
Like, do you have any like early Fringe sort of stories or?
I mean, so I'm not a full-time actor, but I had friends who were doing it, and whilst I was like a biologist essentially, and the Fringe gave me my first professional theatre opportunity, my first acting opportunity really, in 3 years ago, and then from there I got to meet people who were doing this full-time or who were trying to break into doing it full-time. And I got to understand more about like the industry and the different types of performers and routes that you can take, and I made sure I had a lot of fun through it. Do you know what I mean? And at some point in this journey over the past few years, realized I do want to try and make this a full-time thing. And now I'm going off to drama school after this Fringe. Yeah, so that's me attempting to like make that journey. And I think the Fringe is, I mean, living in Edinburgh gives you such like. I'm so grateful to be here. I know it's really difficult for performers who want to do the Fringe and they have to like organize accommodation, which is insanely expensive.
Yes.
And I just already live here. You know, I'm really grateful for that. Like I don't take that for granted. And having the Fringe as an experience has been really formative in me deciding that I want to keep doing this. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Well, best luck at drama school. And last but not least, obviously you can look into the camera and tell everyone when is Come From Away on, where it's on, and why they should see it.
Yeah, so Come From Away opens on the 19th of August until the 30th or the 31st. And
I'll put the credit info in the
I think it's the 31st.
The description.
19th to the 31st of August. It's on at 2:20 p.m. In Assembly Ballrooms. There is another production of Come From Away. I'm sure they're great. They're on earlier in the month. But if you want to check us out, we're the 19th to the 31st.
And then why should they see Come From Away?
Yeah, well, Come From Away, it's... why should they see Come From Away? People should see Come From Away because it's a story it's rooted in real life tragedy, but it's focusing on, without shying away from that real life tragedy, it's focusing on how really moving and difficult events can bring people together who didn't need to support each other, but chose to. And I think it's just a very heartwarming story that is well told through music and shows a diversity of perspectives on the issue, which I think is really important.
Amazing. Thanks so much.
Thank you.